That's right.
First leg.
Steve Feeney has been doing a lot in snooker. And again, and we've touched on it quite a bit, especially at the World Championships on the podcast and whatever, about coaches and mentors. And, you know, like Jelle Klaassen, Webby admitted, which is the hardest thing for anybody to do, that he had a problem. And right, I need to get some help. And then it's having the confidence that the person that's going to help you is doing the right thing. And you're right. I mean, Webby, a year ago, he's ready to pack up. Now he's back in form, and as we say that, he's 180. But also at the same time, you know, he's had his first child. Not him personally, obviously.
Yes.
His wife.
That would require some coaching.
Well, it'd be worth a few quid as well. Wouldn't it? But so he's got a bit of a meaning in life, you know, or a bit of perspective now, and you know, it does settle you down. But all credit to him.
Yeah, I've been hugely impressed. I've got a huge amount of respect for Mark Webster, and it seems to me that over the last 6 to 9 months, his throw gets smoother every time I see him, because he's had to learn it again, really. He has still got a little bit of a pause in his action, but it does seem more fluid each time I see him. And he has had some success already this year, made the semi-finals of the 3rd UK Open qualifier. So, look, things are looking up for Mark Webster, it would appear. He's looking at 66 now for a 1-0 lead. And it'll be tops he wants. And tops he gets at a 15-darter.
Yes, a very tidy start to the match for Mark Webster. Yes, you're right, Dan. I've got a lot of respect for someone that, you know, Mark Walsh as well was one of them that had dartitis and come back, although he's drifting out now. There's a lot more players that should have listened to the right advice, you know, a few years ago, that now are drifting out of the game. And
it is difficult, though, isn't it? If you're a player, you're probably getting advice from 100 different people saying, do this, do that, do this, do that. And it must be difficult, because there'll be respected voices with different opinions about how they should be dealing with whatever they're going through. And it's got to be difficult to figure out the right course of action, because it's going to be different for different people.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Mark is lucky that he, you know, went with a tried and trusted person that's worked wonders for Stuart Bingham.
Well, turned him into a world champion,
yes,
from an also-ran.
You know, Bing said that if it hadn't been for him, I don't think I'd won the world championship. So, tried and trusted.
Mark Webster went for the 25 at the last start. It just crept into the 20, which is why he's left himself a bogey number. It's not poor counting, he's just missed the target. But it did mean that Jermaine Wattimena didn't have to go for the treble 17 bullseye with his previous visit. Looked to set it up. May only get one dart from 62, though, and that is a great setup from Webster. And it is only one dart for Wattimena, and it's at double 16, and he pins it. 1-1, 2 15-darters. Good start to this one.
Yeah, Mark leaving the double after 12. That's a tidy setup from him, so that will keep his confidence nice and high.
96.
Well, the winner of this one will go through to face Benito van der Pas, seeded number 13 for this tournament here, the Dutch Darts Masters. So he is a guy who's qualified automatically as a seeded player, hasn't had to come through the host nation qualifiers. He is a man who has had success on the European Tour, made the final last year.
Here.
Was it here?
He beat Michael van Gerwen in the semi-finals.
Hang on. Michael van Gerwen won this last year, beating Justin Pipe in the final. I think Benito van der Pas made the final, was beaten by Michael Smith in... Risa, there we go.
You are right, yes. I thought I was going to get one over on you there.
Nearly. Rod Harrington's famously detailed preparation work just falling short on this one occasion.
And I set up all night.
Another good setup from Mark Webster. He's on double top after 4 visits to the ball. Either way, Benito van der Pas made a European Tour final, and he played very well to get. And that's double top, and Mark Webster, superb start to this one.
That's another 13 dart leg. I mean, that's incredible darts from Webster. Wattimena not playing too bad either.
Yeah, well, we've had a 15 dart, two 15 darters and a 13 darter. Webby, of course, was on a potential 13 darter in that second leg before
134.
Jermaine finished it off.
60.
We have one more game to go tonight, and even if that goes the full 11 legs, I do not anticipate it to take very long, because it involves the fastest player in world darts, rapid Ricky Evans, as he takes on the Spartan Devon Peterson. Mind you, Jermaine Wattimena's no slouch either. Does not hang around. The machine gun, his nickname.
You don't actually find many slow throwers in the game at all now. I mean, they're all, especially the youngsters that are coming through, especially the Dutch and the Germans, they seem to, you know, be lightning fast.
140.
Well, a chance here for Webster. That doesn't help.
82.
A couple of slack darts there, but 82 gets him down to 126, 419 to leave a shot at the ball. But Wattimena, decent setup. Big shot this. Can he take it out?
Yeah, it's worth a couple of legs this, and he wins 3-1 up. Big difference, needs to find the treble 19. Does now the bullseye for Webster.
101.
You see the flight, that dart looked like it was going to creep in.
Oh my word!
Wow, unbelievable. You don't see that very often.
That's
However,
just a lack of care, isn't it?
yes, absolutely.
We talked about fast throwers, and that is just a man who's... I mean, does he not even realise? Has he just automatically gone for the treble 20 there? Or, I'm not sure whether he's gone for the fat 20 and mistakenly hit the treble 20, or he's just gone up on autopilot, hit the treble and gone, oh, hang on.
No, he's gone for the big 20, but, you know, he's not concentrated on... He thinks, well, I've just thrown this high, and all of a sudden, with that quick action, it's come in low and hit the treble 20, and what a mistake at that time of the game.
I mean, it's not like Dirk van Dijvenbode in the Worlds when he played Barney and he hit 2 in the treble 20 and then he caught the flights and it's carried it in there. That's just gone bang in the treble
Straight
20
treble,
with no other dart to guide it in.
Yeah, I think it's just
134.
a dart that went in low. The thing is, that looks like this upset his concentration a little bit.
Well, when Dirk busted his 180, he didn't win another leg against Barney because his head went.
He couldn't get it out of his head, and you could see that. They were doing pictures of shots of him standing behind his opponent, and he just kept shaking his head for leg after leg. And it's easy for us to say, Dan, you know, you've got to forget about it and get on with it. But when you're up there, that is tough.
Now, it doesn't need to go 17 ball. He didn't for 14, treble 9 for
treble
tops.
9 for tops, yes.
87.
But again, he's left 40 after 4 visits, and this is strong stuff from Mark Webster.
77.
Great setup from Jermaine Wattimena, but it may count for nothing.
Game shown of 5th leg.
Well, it applied some pressure, but ultimately it
Jermaine
wasn't
first
enough
place.
because Mark Webster has raced to a 4-1 lead here with some very, very assured
55.
darts.
Well, certainly that treble 20 has put Wattimena off his stride a little bit.
Colo Yaya echoing around the Evenementon Hall. I can't pretend to condone it, but they will do what they will, darts fans. Can one of these two guys give them something else to shout about? 93 keeps him in touch with Jermaine Wattimena. That's a bit more like it from the Dutchman. Machine gun misses out on the maximum. $85 leaves him 1-2-1. Needs a couple of trebles really, Webby, to apply any real pressure. There's one of them. And there's another.
That's good pressure as well. So now Wattimena's going to have to go the bullseye route. Well, he can't even do that now.
Throwing that before Russ even told him what score he wanted. I mean, race to the board, and it might be.
Well, this really would be hurtful.
He's come over the top of it. He did this in his last visit.
80.
And he did it this time as well, but he can't find double 16.
Game shown.
But Jermaine Wattimena can, and it is 4-2.
Seventh leg marked to throw first. One under. One under.
Well, we're expecting over 4,000 people here in Venray tomorrow for the last 32 of this tournament. When the seeds come in, the big boys as we call them, the Premier League players, most of them will be here. Michael Van Gerwen, Adrian Lewis, Gary Anderson, James Wade, and of course the ever colourful Peter Wright.
Yeah, always popular in Europe. Well, popular everywhere, but particularly in Europe. They absolutely love Peter Wright. World champion Gary Anderson will be here. Bit of work to do here for Mark Webster, though. And again, he's fires in at 140 when he needs it. Good cover shooting from Jermaine Wattimena. 96 gets him down to 106. A lot easier than 145, but Webby may hit 6 darts. Gonna need him.
The 25 now, that leaves him tops.
83.
Well, that's cost him, you know, because he may only come back with 1 dart at the double.
74. Marker requires
Could have gone with a lot of numbers to give him 2 darts. However, he's going to get 2 darts at the double 10. That is a good clean kill from Webster. He hasn't missed many doubles, has he?
No, he's been very impressive, Mark Webster.
100.
And he's just 1 leg away from a place in the second round. And you see there, 100.05 average, so he's typically completing a leg in 15 darts.
Yeah, that is a good standard. We don't see many averages over the 100 on this first day. A lot of edgy, nervous darts, but certainly Webby, a good performance from him, and the 63% on doubles. I mean, do you know what, Dan? You know, you'd settle for that sort of standard throughout the whole of the tournament because someone's got to play exceptional to beat you. Yeah. Because he's been very strong on his own throat.
Well, Jermaine Wattimena, he's had 2 darts at double. He's hit them both.
Busted the 60.
Well, yeah, there was that.
That was a killer for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that, you know, it is pretty much the difference between the two of them at the moment. But you know, Mark Webster, he beat Terry Jenkins with this kind of display at the World Championship, and he beat him quite convincingly, and he just did it by taking his chances when they were presented.
Well, he has gone the 25 route, now the 16. That leaves a bullseye, and that's a perfect guide, you know, to find this bullseye.
66.
Close.
Lane requires 71.
Only going to get 1 dart. Topsy once.
31.
Oh, I thought he was celebrating.
I did.
25.
Well, 5 for double 10 for Webster. Oh no, it's 1 for double 12. Double 12 it is.
And that is that. And Mark Webster takes whatever chance you present him, because he's averaged just shy of 101 in a very, very assured display. He's hit 6 out of 9 on his doubles, and he is through to the second round. Benito van der Pas awaits, and Benito van der Pas is going to find life very, very difficult if Mark Webster plays like this again. In fact, I would suggest anybody who faces Mark Webster is going to find life difficult if he plays like that all the way through this weekend. The former world champion is through to the next round, and we have 1 more spot in round 2 available. It is going to go to either the Spartan Devon Peterson,
Dames en heren, geef nog even een applaus.
or
Jermaine
rapid
Wattimena.
Ricky Evans.